Hi guys, welcome to POMCLOSET. Today I'm going to create a top, which is this one. It's more like a wrapped or the crisscross top. So there are many names for this. Anyway, I have done one of the top, which is the blue one here, and I have used the same pattern as the red top, which I have done with the AliExpress machine, but without the sleeves. And someone actually did ask for this top in the crochet version. We will need the cotton yarn. This is a 4-ply cotton. It's a medium weight yarn, and this is color number 1420. It's in blue color from Mayflower from Hobbies. 4-ply cotton, 50 grams for 170 meters. And we will also need the brown and the yellow for the sunflower part. We will also need the crochet hook, which I normally use. This is the number 4 mm on this end that I normally use. And the yarn needles, the pair of cutters, some stitch markers, the tape measure. Also you will need the calculator, the pencil and the paper. We will need to use it to note some of the works. To start with, so I need to show you, this is the design that we need to create. And for the back one, I will need only the straight piece. For the front one, we will need to create these and do this for 2 pieces. Let's start from the back piece. I need to explain about the swatch. So the stitches, the yarn I'm gonna use is the Hobby, which I have mentioned is a 4-ply cotton. You can use any color, but I think this is the lovely color. In blue or light blue you can use it, because you will need the sunflower in the yellow and the brown, so that would be the lovely contrast color. The top we are making is a crisscross top, and according to my yarn I have like 4.7 stitches is 1 inch and 2.5 rows is 1 inch. So we are going to create the back piece first. And the back piece for size small, I have the bust, half of the bust you have to divide it by 2, so I have 17 inches. Because size S, the measurement of the S is 34 inches bust, for M 36, for L 38, for XL 40, and you need to divide these into 2 and then multiply by 4.7 stitches, and I have ended up with 79.9, so I will do 80 stitches. For M, I have ended up with 84.6, I will go for 85 stitches or 85 chains. Size L 89 chains, size XL 94 chains. I will do the slip knot and make sure you leave the ends like 5 to 6 or 7 centimeters for sewing later. Do the slip knot. The measurement is 17 inches, and the other sizes you should have the length of 18 inches, 19 inches, 20 inches for ML, XL by following the stitches that I have given. After that, we're just gonna use only the same stitches for the whole design, which is the double crochet stitches. And at the end of the row, you need to change 3. After that, you need to do the double crochet on the 4th stitch from the hook. It's 1, 2, 3. Here's the 4th one, and do the double crochets. The rest you will need to continue with the double crochets in every stitches until the last stitch. Is my last stitch. The length still should be 17 inches, and the double crochets on this row I have ended up with 81 stitches, including the 3 chains. So the M should be 86, L should be 90, XL should be 95. That including the 3 chains. After we did the stitches here, and for row 2 It's very basic, so we need to change 3, turn the work, and on the next stitch you need to do double crochets. Continue doing the double crochet to the end of the last stitch, and then change 3, turn the work, repeat row 2. So I will keep doing this for size S. So I have figured this out. For size S, as I have mentioned, 2.5 stitches, 2.5 rows is 1 inch according to my yarn. For size small, I need 14 inches multiplied by 2.5 rows. I should end up with 35 rows. For size M, 15 inches multiplied by 2.5, you should end up with 38 rows. For L, 40 rows. For XL, 43 rows. For L, 16 inches, 17 inches for XL. So I will continue doing the more rows on this one until I get to row 35. So make sure you keep turning the work. At the end of the row, change 3, the next stitch next to it, do double crochets. Very simple piece. For the back piece, it's only a straight piece, so nothing too complicated. I will meet you after I've done 35 rows for size more, and other sizes you can continue with what I have given. Alright, I have done the 35 rows in total. This is size small, and 35 rows for size small, that should be 14 inches. For other sizes I have explained, so you should end up with the measurement of 14 inches, 15, 16, 17 for ML and XL. So on this part here, this is the length of the back piece, and the width, this part to this part I have mentioned, so that should stay half of the bust, which is 17 inches, 18, 19, 20 for different sizes. So the back piece is completed. Now we need to start making the front piece. For the front piece, I have been working out on the stitches for different sizes. For size S, I will need to start with, for size S, I need the length of 15 inches, not 17 inches like the back side. For the front piece, I need 2 inches less than the back piece. For the front, size S, I will need 15 inches. For M, 16 inches, L 17 inches, XL 18 inches, and then we need to multiply by the 4.7 stitches, so that would be 1 inch. So for 15 inch for my S, I will need 71 stitches to begin with. For M, you will need 75 chains, L 18 chains, XL 85 chains. So I will start with 71 chains by leave the yarn for 5-6 centimeters and slip knot, chain up to 71. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here's my 71 stitches or 71 chains. Then you will need to chain 3. Fourth chain from the hook, you will need to do the double crochets. And the next stitches until the end of the last stitch, also do the double crochets. Keep doing this until you get to the last stitch. This is for all sizes, and you should end up with 72 stitches, including the 3 chains and other sizes. For M, you will have 76, L 81, XL 86 stitches, including the 3 chains. So I will meet you at the end of the row. Here's my last stitch. The length should be 15 inches. For size small, other sizes I have already mentioned. So M16, L17, XL 18 inches by following these stitches. And for row 2, I need to explain on the rows. So for row 2, on this side, on the side that we're not reducing, we're just going to keep it straight. For the chest side, I will reduce like 2 DC together, 2 DC together. So that means 2 DC together twice. So I will, firstly, at the end of the row, we need to change 3. 1, 2, 3. After change 3, turn the work. Now we're gonna work on this design, which means I need to reduce on the chest side, not on the other side. This is on the side of the body. So I will reduce on this side by doing the 2 DC together twice. So I will start doing from the next stitch. That means change 3, next stitch, you need to do 2 DCs together. So the next 2 stitches by yarn over twice like this, and you will have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 loops on the crochet hook, and you need to pull the yarn through 4 of them. You have 2 loops left and then yarn over. Put the yarn through like this and do it once again by doing the 2 double crochet, and then you will have 5 loops. Put the yarn through 4 of them. You have 2 loops left, then pull the yarn through. So you will end up having like, I will count like 1, 2, 3 DCs. So that means I will count like 3 double crochets on this stitch and these stitches, and the rest you need to do normal double crochet into the last stitch. On the other side, we are not going to reduce anything, only on this chest part. I will continue doing the double crochets until I get to the last stitch. Here's the end of row 2. So I only reduce on this chest side. On this side I need to keep it straight for 12 rows for size small, and for other sizes I will keep the side here straight for size small 12 rows, size M 15 rows, L 18 rows, XL 21 rows, only on this side of the top. But on this side I will continue doing the 2 DCs together twice on the chest side only. This is for all sizes. And at the end of row 2 you need to change 3, turn the work. The next stitch, double crochets. So you can see on this side I'm not reducing anything, I'm just gonna keep it straight for 12 rows for this size. And before you reach the end of row 3, you need to keep it for 5 stitches. So that means 1 here at the end where you have 3 chains from the beginning of the row, and then you will have 1, 2, 3, 4. So that would be 5 stitches. So you need to leave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stitches. I will continue doing these until I get the last 5 stitches left. And here's my last 5 stitches before I end the row 3. I need to do 2 DCs together. So like this, and then you pull the yarn through 4 of them to have 2 loops left on the hook. Pull the yarn through. Repeat once again. You will have like 5 loops left on the crochet hook. Pull the yarn through 4 of them, and then pull the yarn through again. So the last stitch you need to do the 1 double crochet to complete row 3, and then turn the work. You change 3 first, turn the work, and repeat row 2, which means you need to do 2 double crochet together once and 2 double crochet together twice. So this is on the chest side. So row 1 you don't need to do any reducing. Row 2 you need to reduce on the chest side by doing the 2 double crochet together twice, and on the other side just keep it straight like this. We are reducing only the chest side. The rest you need to continue with the double crochet to the last stitch, and at the end of the row change 3, turn the work and repeat row 3. So keep swapping between row 2 and row 3. I will go for 12 rows. For size M you need to do 15 rows, L 18 rows, XL 21 rows. And then I will meet you at the end of this row. So if you do size S like mine, I will meet you at the end of row 12. Alright, I have done 12 rows for size small, and I only reduced one side, which is the chest side, and on the side of the body I haven't decreased or increased anything. This is for size small. So the measurement of the 12 rows I should end up with 4.8 inches because 2.5 row is 1 inch. So for M you should have 6 inches with 46 stitches left, and L 7.2 inches, XL 8.4 inches. So that means this is on this side only, on this part here. So I will cut off the yarn like this, pull the yarn through. This is the part before we do the armholes, and for the armholes I need to count in 5 stitches for all sizes, and make sure before you reach this part here you follow all the rows number that I have given for different sizes. And size S, I need to S, M, L, XL, you need to count in like 5 stitches. So I will reconnecting the yarn on the 6th stitch, which is 3, 4, 5, on the 6th one here, reconnecting the yarn, and I will continue doing the double crochets by change 3 first, the next stitch double crochets until I reach the last 5 stitches, and then we still need to reduce on this side like 2 double crochets together. So I will keep doing on this side until I get 18 rows for size small, 19 rows for M, 21 rows for L, 23 rows for XL. You don't need to decrease anything on this side. Keep it straight on the armhole part. We only need to reduce on this part. So keep on going until you get to the number of rows that I have mentioned. For size small, I will meet you at the end of row 18. I'm done with 18 rows for size small, so you can see from the design. So I'm done 18 rows for size small. For size M, you should be on this last row here, should be row 19. For size L, should be row 21. XL should be row 23. I need to continue on this part here straight, but I still keep reducing on this part here, which is we are making the V-neck kind of style, and I need to reduce only 2 DC together on this end. So for row 19 for size small, I need to change 3, turn the work, next stitch, double crochets until I get to the last 3 stitches. And here's the last 3 stitches of row 19. So I need to do 2 double crochets together. We are decreasing the size on the V-neck side, and the last stitch is double crochets. So we are going to continue it like this for the rest of the pattern. For size small, I need to do 20, I need a total of 35 rows, as I have mentioned. So 35 rows for size S, 38 rows for M, 40 rows for L, and 43 rows for XL. I will keep continuing and make sure on this V-neck part here, you only need to reduce the 2 double crochets together. After you've done 3 chains, turn the work, the next stitch is 2 double crochets together. So like this all the way up to the rows that I have mentioned. So I will keep continuing like this. So make sure you only reduce on this side, not on this side. On this side we can keep it straight like this. Here is my row 20. So I will continue doing this until I get to row 35 for my size small. And I forgot to mention, after you reach 18 rows for size small, I have 32 stitches left. And for size M, row 19 should be 36 stitches. Row 21 for size L should be 40 stitches. 23 rows of the XL should end up with 44 stitches. I will continue mine until I get to row 35. Alright, so I'm done with the front piece for size small. So you can see you have only the slope on the chest side, which will be the V-neck top, and here's the armhole will be. And for size small I have ended up with the 14 stitches left, and for size M you should have 16 stitches left. For size L, 19 stitches. For XL should be 21 stitches left. So I need 3 inches for my small size, and when you multiply by 4.7 stitches you will have 14 stitches left. Now we need to, I will actually leave the end of the yarn like this to connect with the back side. So do one more piece of these. Alright guys, I have done 2 pieces of the front piece. They are identical for all the stitches from the beginning and up to the armholes here, and reducing the same, using the same pattern. So we need to now turn one of the piece to the opposite side. So we are going to have it in the V neckline like this. Also bring the back piece together, and then we will do the joining. And by doing the joining we need to mark the stitches where we need to connect them. So I have the front piece here up to 12 rows for both sides. This is for my size small. For size ML, XL I have already mentioned, so you should have the number of the rows like from the beginning of the front part. This should be your row M, this is row size S, this is row 12. For size M should be 15, L 18, XL 21 on this part. And then we will need to count also on the back piece and mark it on the rows. So I have marked it on row 12 because I need to put the front piece to this part here. It's like this. So I have, this is all row 12 for one of these sides. So we will do one by one. And also the top part of the back, I have marked it with the number of with the 14 stitches, because I have 14 stitches left for the on the front piece, and also on the back piece you need to mark it like this, and do it for the other side as well with the stitch markers for both sides. Now to connect I will do one piece at a time. So I will start from this piece first. I will start from the top of this top because I still have the yarn left. So I will do the basic stitches. Here's my last stitch, and here with the stitch markers on the front and the back piece. So I will insert a crochet hook through the stitch where I have put the stitch markers. After you put the yarn through, and I will work stitch by stitch. So you need to, I will go for this stitch from the front piece and back to the back piece, and then just do the slip stitch like this. Next stitch, front, back, slip stitch. Next stitch, front piece, back piece, pull the yarn through, so or slip stitch, and keep on going with the next stitches until you reach the last stitch, and then you can cut off the yarn and then do the other side of the by putting the back piece and the front piece together, and repeat the same process. And I have connected the two shoulders together, and the measurement I have already mentioned on this part, which is for size S, it would be around 3 inches, M 3.5, L 4, XL 4.5 inches on the shoulder part here. This is the wrong side, by the way, and then we need to turn the work later. Here's the right side, but by turning the work to the right side, we need to join the side of the top first. So I will reconnecting the yarn where I have the stitch markers on my row 12, which I have mentioned earlier. So I will reconnecting the yarn, pull the yarn through, and then tie it like this. Get rid of the stitch markers. And for the side here is different from the top. I will go for 2 single crochet on each of these double crochet rows. So I will put the yarn through first, chain 1, and then I'll do 2 more single crochet on this one, on each of the row, and the next row 2 single crochet on each of these. And for the next rows you will just have to repeat until the last row, and then do exactly the same as on the other side. So make sure here's the front piece, back piece, and do 2 single crochet. And I have connected the side, so you can see after that you cut off the yarn for weaving later. So we will check on the right side of the top. So you can see here's the outside, there's the inner part. This is size small. For other sizes you will need to do exactly the same joining. So the top so far should look like this. Now we need to decide on the edging. So I will go for very basic. Actually you can leave it like this, but if you want something extra for the edging, so you can also do it. So I will reconnecting the yarn where the armholes, the under armpit is. And I'm just gonna go with like chain 3, and then on the same stitch I do double crochet, and then I will skip 2 stitches, go to the 3rd one and slip stitch. This is my edging for the whole top, for the armholes, for the neckline, as well as the bottom part of this top. So I will continue this with the 3 chains, double crochet in the same stitch. You need to skip 2 stitches, go to the 3rd one, slip stitch. So chain 3, double crochet in the same stitch, and you need to count for these double crochet rows you need to count on this one. So I'm just gonna go for the length of these stitches. So I will slip stitch, chain 3, do double crochet in the same stitch, and the length of these should be here. So continue doing this until you reach where you have started. Cut off the yarn for weave in and repeat the other side all the way around the neckline, the other armhole, as well as the bottom part of the top. Alright guys, I have done the edging all the way around the top. So the armhole part, the V-neck here, also the neckline, so all the way around, as well as the bottom. Up till now you should have the measurement of the 14 inches when you measure from here to here for size small. For size M, 15 inches, L 16 inches, 17 inches for XL. As I have mentioned from the beginning, once we started the back piece. So now we only have one more thing to do, which is the strings, or I will call the straps for the top. So I will start from the corner of this, I would say it looks like the V-neck. So the bottom part of this one here, we need to do one on this side and the other one on this side, so we can wrap the strings or the straps around our body. So on this part here, I'm just gonna go for like very simple. I'll chain 4. I have chain 1, 2, 3, 4. I will do the triple crochet. This is my size 4. I will yarn over twice and then go to the same stitch and do the triple crochet by pull the yarn through once, twice, and then close, and then I will yarn over twice one more time and then go to the same stitch, pull the yarn through once, twice, and close. So I will keep on going with these straps like this by chain 4 from the beginning of the row, turn the work and yarn over twice. Next stitch you need to pull the yarn through once, twice, close, yarn over twice, go to the last stitch, yarn over once, twice, close. So this is how I'm gonna do the straps off the top, and then chain 4, turn the work, and then repeat row 2. So keep doing this for the length of, I will go for 100 centimeter or 120 centimeters. For size M you can go for 130, L 140, XL 150 centimeters. Depends on the length that you want. And keep repeating this until you get the length. Cut off the yarn and then repeat the other side of the top, which is this corner here. Reconnecting the yarn and then start from where I have just shown you by chain 4, triple crochet twice. The next row, chains 4, turn the work, triple crochet twice on the next 2 stitches, and keep repeating. For the length that you need, I will go for 120 centimeters for my size S. Once I've done the 2 strings or the 2 straps here, I will weave all the ends in. Once I've done everything, we will get back to do the sunflowers, and we can attach this to our top. Alright, the top itself is actually completed. Now we need to do the decorations, which I want to put the sunflowers on this front part of the top. So you can see here the straps. You can wrap it around the waist. And here's the armholes. It should be around 9 inches. 9 inches when you measure from the top to here. So 18 inches round both sides. And the other part, the length from here to here of the back side should fit your bust size, and the front part I want 2 inches less than the back part. Now let's move on to the sunflowers. For the sunflowers, also very simple. So you will need to do the slip knot and then chain up to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you do the slip stitch on the first chain, which is the 5th stitch from the hook, and then slip stitch. You need to chain 1 and then do 8 single crochet. I will go for 8 single crochet. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, and then do the slip stitch on the first chain like this. So you will have little circle like this, and then chain 1. On this row, the second row, you need to do 2 single crochet in the same stitch. 1, 2. The next one, 1 single crochet, 2 single crochet. Next stitch, just repeat. So you should end up having 16 single crochet on this row. 2 single crochet in the same stitch. So let me count. You have, here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So 16 single crochet altogether, and then you need to do the insert the crochet hook onto the first stitch where we started this row, like this, and then we need to change to the yellow color. I will leave the end for sewing around 5-6 centimeters, and then pull the yellow color through this stitch. Try to pull the yarn tight. So this is how you chain the new color, and then chain up to nice change. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 chains. And then do the single crochet on the second chain, the second stitch from the hook. That's a single crochet. Next stitch, do half double crochets. On the third chain, do double crochets. Fourth chain, double crochets. Fifth chain, double crochet. 6 double crochets, and the last 2 you need to do half double crochet on the last stitch, single crochet, and the first petal's done. And you need to move to the next stitch, next chain on this brown color by doing the slip stitch on the next chain. The next one also slip stitch, and then chain 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And repeat the first petals by doing the single crochet on the second chain. Next stitch, half double crochets, and the next 1, 2, 3, 4. Next 4 stitches, do the double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4. The last 2 you need to do half double crochets and a single crochet on the last one. Move on to the next stitch by do the slip stitch. So the second petal is done. After you've done the slip stitch, the stitch next to it, and then do one more slip stitch and chain 9, which you need to repeat the petals all the way around. So I will show you one more time of these. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, and do the single crochet on the second chain from the hook, and then half double crochets, and then 4 double crochets. 1 2 3 4, the last 2 half double crochets and the single crochets. For the 9th chain you should end up having single crochet, half double crochet, 4 double crochets, half double crochet and 1 single crochet before you move on to the next stitch to do the slip stitch, and then slip stitch one more time to complete, to start the new petals. So keep doing this all the way around. And here's my last stitch, and I already have done the slip stitch on my last stitch. You will end up having 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 of these petals, or the 8 leaves of the flowers. Now I need to leave the yarn for, I will leave it for 1 meter, cut the yarn off, and then we need to sew these, attach this flower onto the top. So you need to bring the top and then position the sunflower in the middle of this wrapping section. So I will need to use a pin. I want my flowers to be on the right hand side, but if you want it to be on the other side, you can also do it. I will put the pin, and you need to position this on the middle parts like this. Use lots of pins. We go like 1 pin in each. I have placed the sunflowers on the top. You need to insert the ends that we have left up onto the yarn needles, and then we need to sew all this in. So I will start from where I have the yarn, and then by sewing, insert the yarn underneath, and then I will insert the yarn also. I'm just gonna work from the underneath of the flowers, and on the other side I think it's okay. And keep inserting the yarn needles underneath of the flowers. I will keep doing this all the way around for 8 of them. And then I will also sew all these ends in. So just keep doing this until you get all these petals are done. It's very simple. So the first one is attach, and then I will repeat the other 7. And the sunflowers got attached onto the top. This is a wrapping top, so once you wear it, and you can wrap these straps around the waist. It's very simple design. You will need to do only the straight back, and for the front piece, these two, you need to repeat exactly the same pattern and decorate it by the sunflowers here. The edging is very simple, as I have shown you through the video. So this is size small, so it fits the chest size, like 34 inches. But if you need bigger size, by adding more stitches from the beginning of the work and then add more rows. if you have any questions, if you get confused in any part of the video, so feel free to leave the comments down below, down the comment section, and then I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And don't forget to like, share and subscribe. And if you would like to support my next video, feel free to add the thank you, super thank for POMCLOSET. You can maybe support on my next video. So feel free to do so if you would like to. And thanks for watching, guys. I will see you in the next video.
Bleib noch ein paar so, hier ist gutes Licht.
Die Hälfte
ja, ja.
mit
Ja, okay.